Hi, welcome back. My name is Ashley Beal and I'm a registered dietitian, and today we are going to be making pumpkin muffins with a cream cheese stuffing. For ingredients today, you will need about 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of some salt, some pumpkin pie spice, 2 large eggs, some regular sugar and brown sugar, 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, some kind of cooking oil like a vegetable oil or canola oil, vanilla extract, 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. I would go ahead and get this out early just so that way it has some time to soften when we're ready to use it. And some powdered sugar to sweeten our cream cheese. If you don't have powdered sugar, you could also just use regular sugar. That typically works the same. And lastly, some kind of oil spray. Just like I do with all of my muffins, I'm going to spray down my muffin pan so that way my muffins do not stick to the pan and they're much easier to get out. For equipment, you are going to need a muffin pan, of course, 2 mixing bowls. I have a medium-sized mixing bowl and a large. And then you will want a whisk and some kind of stirring spoon or spatula. To get started, let's preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Now that our oven is preheating, let's grab our medium-sized bowl and we are going to start to add some of our dry ingredients. First, we're going to do 2 cups of flour. As you might have seen in some of my videos, I'm not much of a baker because I don't like to measure things, but I find that this recipe is pretty foolproof. So if I can do it, I feel like anyone can do it. Next, we will do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now we can grab our baking soda and we'll do half a teaspoon of that. Now we're going to do another half a teaspoon of salt. Lastly, 1 full teaspoon of your pumpkin pie spice. Taking your whisk, we're just gonna stir all of these together until they are well incorporated and there are no large chunks of any one ingredient. So just give it a stir a couple of times. The whisk really helps with this because all of the individual wires will really break up all the ingredients. Now we will set this aside and get together our wet ingredients. First, we will start with our 2 eggs. Next, we will do a half a cup each of regular sugar and then brown sugar. With brown sugar, you kind of want to press into the measuring cup as you go, just because it's a little more dense and compact, making some more room for more. Next, we will want to do our can of pumpkin puree, rinsing off the lid first, and using a can opener to open the can. Adding the whole can to your bowl. You can use one of your measuring spoons to get the rest out if some of it is stuck. There we go. Then we're gonna do a half a cup of cooking oil. And lastly, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Using our same whisk that we mixed all of our dry ingredients, we're just gonna whisk together our wet ingredients until they're well combined. It should look like a little bit more runny pumpkin puree. Now we're gonna add our dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. And using our mixing spoon, we are just gonna combine the 2 together. I kind of like to start in the middle and then work my way out as I slowly incorporate some of the dry ingredients. You want to be careful not to overly combine it, so it will kind of look like this with a little bit of lumps, and that is okay. So now we have our pumpkin muffin batter. We are going to set this aside. And using our medium mixing bowl from the dry ingredients, I'm just gonna rinse it off. Dry off the inside, When I'm cooking, I like to reuse as much of the cooking equipment as I can, just to save dishes. Now to this bowl, we are going to add our 8 ounces of cream cheese. And to the cream cheese, we are going to add 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Like I said before, if you don't have powdered sugar on hand, you can also use regular sugar. It will mix together really nicely as it's baking, so it's not such a big difference. Now, rinsing off my mixing spoon from the muffin mix, I am going to use it to incorporate the cream cheese and the powdered sugar. The more softened your cream cheese is, the easier it's going to be to do this, which is why I had you get it out in the beginning. So just scraping the cream cheese, mixing it very well with the powdered sugar. This will help sweeten our cream cheese and make that delicious cream cheese filling. Once you see that all of the powdered sugar is gone, just kind of go around it a few more times. Just kind of scraping it together, making sure it is well incorporated. Now for the taste test. Perfect. You can absolutely adjust yours to be more sweet or less sweet depending on how you like it. Now we are ready to fill our muffin pan. Taking our oil spray, lightly grease each of the cups in the muffin tin. Using a measuring spoon or a mixing spoon, take a little bit of the muffin mixture and fill it about 1/3 of the way in each cup. We are going to do a layer of the muffin mixture, a layer of the cream cheese, and then we're gonna top it off with the muffin mixture. So you wanna make sure that you have room for that as you're filling these. Another shortcut you can take with pumpkin muffins is, I know this time of year, a lot of grocery stores sell pre-made pumpkin bread or pumpkin muffin mix. Either of those would work well as a substitute in this. And then all you would have to do is add the cream cheese. Now we can grab our cream cheese mixture, and using our mixing spoon, I'm just gonna put maybe 1/2 tablespoon of the cream cheese in each. You can certainly do more, you can do less. You can do some with cream cheese, some without. As with all of my recipes, the best part is just making it how you like it. You also do not have to flatten out the cream cheese in each muffin, because as it bakes, it will spread evenly. I actually have a little bit extra cream cheese in mine, which is a great problem to have. So I'm just gonna go back through and add a little bit more to each muffin. And so here you have it, my pumpkin muffin with a little bit of cream cheese topped on each one. I'm gonna set my cream cheese bowl in my sink and just let it sit in some water. It'll make it much easier to clean. And then the last step is adding that additional layer of muffin mix. Using the same measuring spoon or mixing spoon you did before, just top off each muffin. Now with this last layer, I will kind of take my spoon and flatten it just a little bit, just to make sure that each layer is evenly dispersed into the cup itself. Don't be afraid to divide some of the muffin mixture if one muffin has more and one has less. Okay, they look great. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the oven for 25 minutes. Then I will use a toothpick or a fork, stick it through the middle, make sure that that comes out clean and my batter is cooked all the way through. If not, you can stick it back in for another 3 to 5 minutes, but 25 minutes should be enough as long as your oven is preheated. So I'm gonna go ahead and put mine in. Don't forget to set those timers for 25 minutes. While I wait for my muffins to cook, I'm just gonna tidy up my area and get everything ready, so that way when the muffins are done cooking, I don't have to do any cleaning after. Now that my space is all cleaned up, I will be back in about 20 minutes when the muffins are done. I wish you guys could smell my kitchen right now. It smells so good. I gave my muffins about 5 to 10 minutes to cool off, and because we greased our muffin pan ahead of time, they should come out easily. So I will grab one. Now for the best part. Oh my goodness. It is so good. I haven't even hit any of the cream cheese part yet, but the pumpkin muffin mixture, so delicious. Now I'm gonna take a shortcut so I can try some of that cream cheese. Incredible. Such a perfect combination. And you know that I love muffins because I feel like it's something that now I have a whole batch of, and on a busy morning, I can kind of grab a few and head out the door for breakfast, or I can have one of these for a snack. They're such a great addition to your repertoire of recipes and perfect for this time of year. I hope you tried them along with me today, so that way your kitchen can smell as good as mine does. But either way, let me know what you think. Do you plan on trying them? Did you try them? Did you like it? I'd love to hear from you. So thank you so much for cooking with me today, and I will see you next time.